For you guys, it looked like the second half things got a little sideways for you guys. What did you see in the game?
Yeah, first half is exactly how we want to play. We were passing through and them, creating chances, really good in possession. We just couldn't score. And if we want to be top of the table, we need to take our chances and score 2 or 3 goals. And then second half we came back out and we were just a bit lacking energy, and they changed a few things up, and they were the better team for 10-15 minutes, and then they scored. And then once they scored, we went back on top, but it was tough. They defended well, and if the game was really, we should have won it in the first half. We should have took our chances, and then I think we would have had the 3 points.
You guys had a chance to take over first place tonight in the Western Conference. How big of a loss of points is it against Vancouver for tonight?
Yes, it's a drop of 2 points, but we can't get too down because we're getting better as we're going. We're still a young side. We're still missing the best striker in the league. We haven't played a lot together as a full starting 11. So there's a lot of positives, but it's just small details that we need to change to really be up there and be a championship winning team. And we're not quite there just yet. Just some small details change, and hopefully we can get it right.
Thanks, Derrick.
We'll go to Damien Calhoun.
Hey, Derrick. You were talking about the difference in the first half and the second half. What's the best way to sort of? I know it's probably easier to ask you this, but how do you avoid those early slow starts to the second half, where it's like 10-15 minutes where the other team gets on top of you and you guys are sort of like fighting just to survive it?
It's game management, really, because if we're going to dominate the first half like we did, we're going to know they're going to change something at the second half. They can't just stay the same, and they did change something. They had players coming in different pockets, and it took us a while to adjust. And when we came back out, we're just a bit lackluster. We're just we're not sprinting to things that we were in the first half. It's like we get a bit comfortable, and you can't get comfortable in this game, because once you do, you get killed, you get punished, and that's what's happened today. We got punished with the set piece, and then the reaction was okay afterwards, but still not good enough. Yeah, something we need to change.
Briefly, sorry about that. Briefly, your relationship with Koulibaly, you guys, with the last 2 or 3 games working together, how was that relationship sort of developing there?
Yeah, good, really good. Sega's a good player. He's athletic. He talks a lot. And today I didn't think they had many chances. I think we defended really well. I don't remember the striker having a clear chance, or even his link-up player. And I thought we defended really well. It's just a set piece. It's just frustrating because they didn't create any chances to beat us. They scored from a set piece, which we need to defend better, and it's just a bit frustrating.
Thank you.
And we've got time for one more question. We'll go up to Larry Morgan next.
Hi, Derrick. Thanks for speaking with us. You guys are 1-1 against the Whitecaps this season. Yes, especially after a game like this, where, like you said, you could have won the game in the first half. You ask yourself why this team gives the Galaxy so much trouble. I mean, why does it happen? Why is it so frustrating against these guys?
They're a decent team. They make it hard for you. First half, if we take our chances, it's a completely different game. It was the same when we played them away. We scored one, and then we scored another, but it was offside, and then we had another chance, but we didn't take it, and then we let them back into the game. And if you keep missing chances, the other team's just going to get confidence, and then that's once you give a team confidence, the whole game changes and momentum swings, and you make it difficult for yourself. And they're a good side. They make it tough. I still felt like that first half, we score another goal, it's game over. But we didn't. They came out, first 15 minutes of the second half, they were the better team. They scored, and they deserved their goal. But after that, we were the better team again. We just couldn't score. They defended well, and yeah, it's frustrating.
Thank you, Derrick.
Thank you, Derrick. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. See ya.
Second half, and, half, and, and, really, what did you see in the first half that sort of led to the draw?
I think we were a bit, 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 I think we
Yeah, I was obviously was pleased with the first half. We had a lot of the game. We played a lot of the game in their half the field. The ball was moving quick. I thought initially in the first half we weren't finishing our attacks. It was kind of possession for the sake of moving them around and possessing. But then I thought as the half progressed, 15, 20 minutes in, we started to get more purposeful. We started getting guys to the end line, started getting behind, started creating chances. Obviously, easy thing is we need to finish more of those chances. You get a team against the ropes, you've got to really put them away and take your chances, be more efficient around the goal. But I thought, our counter press, I thought we had good control of the game and they didn't have much going on. They had a couple counterattacks where I thought in moments in our possession we got a little careless, got a little cute with some passes and ended up setting off their counterattacks and having to recover 60, 70, 80 yards the other way, which is inefficient and needed to be sharper there. But as I said to them, you don't finish off a team at halftime. If you don't finish off a team when you have the chances at 1-0, the opposition is going to make some sort of an adjustment. They got to come out and change the rhythm and the flow of the game, because if they keep going the way they're going, they're going to lose by a lot potentially. So sure enough, they made some adjustments, but we came out, I thought, lethargic, slow. We didn't work through their adjustments and give ourselves even the opportunity to readjust to what they were doing. And we ended up giving up the goal in the first, 6-8 minutes. And it was off a set piece, but part of it was just the energy level coming out of it, and working through that moment where they finally, for the first time in the game, they had their little share of the attack and the ball in our half the field and were creating some problems for us. We have to just, as a group, we have to work through that moment until we can adapt and adjust and then try to take the game back, but not give up the lead in that moment, and we did. And I thought that changed the energy of the game. They now felt like there was something in it for them. We were still not moving fast enough to play through their defensive posture and their setup, and then the half kind of, we have some chances, they have some chances. It becomes one of those games again that anyone can win it, or it can be a draw, right? And that's not where we needed to be, especially given the first half that we had. But I thought just the mentality for us to come out and really try to put away a team in the second half, we weren't there between our mindset or whatever it was, our legs, whatever. We looked heavy moving around the field, I thought, in the second half.
You guys had a chance to take over first place with a win. Does it hurt midway in the season to not make that progression up to the top of the table, or do you guys still feel pretty confident you're going to be able to get back up there?
Well, I feel good about where we are with our team coming together, with more guys hopefully over the next week coming back into the fold. Victor is right there. We could have risked him and put him in there today, but it doesn't make sense. We get through this game, we have 6-7 days before we play again. Javi's getting closer. Deion's hopefully going to get his work visa. Nico, I think, arrived. So our team is starting to come together. So I'm pleased with where we are and what we have in front of us. It's disappointing, and I know the group is disappointed, because you have an opportunity today at home to go out and jump into first place, and they've set themselves up for that opportunity, and we let it slide today, which is disappointing. But the message is maybe we weren't ready to take it today, but we need to be ready to take it the next time we get it, and we need to keep getting better and keep improving, and again, playing over 90 minutes, and the next series of games is 3 and 6 days. So it can't be that we can't bounce back in 3 and 8. We're going to have to bounce back in 3 and 6 and get points. So it's not going to get any easier in terms of the way these games and the way these matches are kind of bunched together. But we will get deeper, and that maybe will help us through this for sure.
Thanks, Greg.
Next, we'll go to Greg.
Hey, Greg, you were talking about the second half, and they scored within the first 10 minutes there. Is that the next step you guys need to take as a group to sort of restart the game with that intensity that you sort of had from the first half?
For sure, it's a next step. It's something we talked about just in the locker room. We've given up 6 goals now coming out of halftime in the first 15 minutes, and that's far too many. We need to, as a team, with our team and quality, especially as we come together as a group, we need to be able to come out and reassert ourselves in the second half, especially in a game that we had control of in the first half. And we didn't tonight, and that's something that we have to improve upon. I think also when we have a team against the ropes and we create opportunities and we have opportunities, putting teams away is also something that we have to do better at. This is the second time we've played this team, gotten the first goal, and allowed them to come back and take points back off of us. So I think that's another thing that we have to improve upon. It's always an evolving process, and I will always find things that we can continue to improve upon. But I give credit to our group and that they've put themselves in this position to be playing for the top spot in the West over a grueling first half of the season. But now we need to take a big step forward if we want to become a championship contender and a team that can really win some hardware this year. There's still another big step we need to take.
And when you look at Vancouver, this is your third time playing, and I think you guys are 1-1-1. What is it about this group that sort of that pushes you guys to the limits each time you face them?
Yeah, I mean, they're a stingy group. Obviously, they survived us on a couple of occasions tonight where we just don't put them away when we have the opportunity and we have the momentum and we have everything going for us, and they survived it because of our inability to put them away a bit. Which gives them hope, and there we went and we started the game, the second game there, we started the game and we were all over them at the beginning. Again, it was like we took our foot off the gas and we let them back in. They build momentum in the game and they make it difficult for us. So, I have to give them credit. They're a resilient group. They've hung in there. They've been on the road. They've dealt with some difficult circumstances, as all of the Canadian teams had being away from home. But they've built some resiliency out of it, and you have to go beat them. They're not going to just give it away to you. So we didn't take it when we had the opportunities to take it, and they hung in there and salvaged some points out of those last two games.
Thank you.
We got time for one more question. Now we'll go to Gio Garcia.
Hey, Greg, I know it was a tough result for you guys. I wanted to ask, what were your thoughts on the pairing on the midfield? You had Leggett, Ryan, and Jonathan Dos Santos.
Yeah, I think especially in the first half, I thought, very good. I thought there was, the ball was moving quick. It was fluid. Effort was coming in and getting involved and some of that activity level. I thought it was very difficult for them when we started to overload, and those guys were, relatively close to each other. I thought it was excellent. Again, I thought as long as we do that and in the possession, we continue to play with the purpose of releasing players behind the back line and creating chances, which I thought we did. Again, as that first half progressed, I thought we were doing a good job. Kevin was looking for little runs behind, as was Julian, as was Sam, and so that kept the space open in midfield for us to keep moving the ball and those guys to keep playing. So I thought there was a nice camaraderie there. It's the first time the three of them have played together. So for that being the first time, I thought in the first half there was a lot of positives to take out of that. Again, I thought as the second half came, we looked a little bit underwater. Like we were a little slow. It wasn't as fluid. The ball wasn't as fast. We weren't moving as quickly to get into good spots for each other. And then we lost control of possession. That is control of the game in terms of having the ball. So, but the first half I thought was very fluid and it looked great at times.
Congratulations on the goal. I know there's been a lot of frustration. You've gotten very close to scoring some goals, but you put one away tonight. What does that do for your confidence?
Félicitations pour ton but. Je sais que tu as dû subir plus de frustration pendant un moment parce que tu n'es pas assez pro de marquer un but, puis finalement ce soir tu marques. En quoi ça joue sur ta confiance?
Tout d'abord, merci. Et quand on est attaquant, on sait que la confiance ça vient avec les buts. J'ai eu pas mal d'occasions sur mes matchs précédents. C'est vrai que c'était un peu frustrant d'être à ça à chaque fois. Et aujourd'hui, j'ai marqué, je suis content. Même si le nul il est assez frustrant.
Thank you. First, as a striker, the confidence comes with the goals, and I had a lot of opportunities in the previous games, but I did not score. Today I scored, so that's good, but the draw is still frustrating.
Kevin, what do you need to do to get more comfortable playing for the LA Galaxy? What's the next step that you need to take?
Quelle est la prochaine étape pour toi pour te sentir plus à l'aise dans cette équipe du LA Galaxy?
C'est d'abord remplir mes matchs, de faire des bons matchs. Tout d'abord, pas trop penser à marquer ou à être décisif. Je pense que les buts ils vont venir tout seuls si je fais des bonnes prestations.
First of all, playing good games and not thinking too much about scoring or about being decisive. I think the goals will come if I play well.
Merci, Kevin.
Next, we'll go to Gio.
Hey Kevin, congrats on the goal. I wanted to ask you, I know we've seen you play striker and also on the wing, but where do you feel more comfortable playing?
D'abord, félicitations pour ton but. On t'a vu jouer en pointe et sur l'aile. Où est-ce que tu te sens le plus à l'aise?
Merci. Je me sens plus à l'aise quand on joue à deux attaquants. Dans mon ancien club, j'ai joué toute l'année avec quand on était deux attaquants. Sinon, sur le côté ou devant, pour moi, ça change rien. Je joue où on met et j'essaie de donner le meilleur de moi-même.
I feel more comfortable with two forwards. That's where I played for the whole year in my previous club. Else, I play where the coach sets me, and I feel comfortable everywhere, and I try to do my best.
Obviously, you've had a couple games now. It's looking like you're looking more comfortable. Obviously, with the goal, obviously that helps. But how do you feel now with playing in the MLS? Do you feel the game's coming to you a little bit slower?
Là, tu as plusieurs matchs à ta corde en MLS. En plus, maintenant, tu as marqué un but. Comment tu te sens maintenant par rapport à tes débuts en MLS? Est-ce que tu trouves que l'adaptation devient de plus en plus facile? Est-ce que tu as l'impression que ça s'enchaîne moins vite?
Ouais, c'est vrai que match après match, je m'adapte un peu plus à ce championnat qui est beaucoup plus physique, on va dire, qui a beaucoup d'intensité et je pense tout simplement que match après match, la confiance ça va venir, je vais être meilleur et au fil des matchs, si on gagne les matchs, si on joue bien, que ça sera mieux pour moi et pour toute l'équipe.
Game after game, I'm adapting to this league. It's physical. There's a lot of intensity. I think that game after game, the confidence will continue to come, and I will be better, especially if we play well and if we win games.
Great. And last question, we'll go to Larry Morgan.
Hey Kevin, thanks for speaking with us. Can you talk about, from a team standpoint, how frustrating this night was, and also, do you think the Galaxy might have overlooked Vancouver, seeing where the two teams were in the table?
Est-ce que tu peux nous dire à quel point la soirée de ce soir a été frustrante à cause du résultat? Et est-ce que tu penses qu'en raison du classement des deux équipes, les Galaxy auraient un peu pris Vancouver de haut?
Non, je pense pas qu'on les ait pris de haut. On a fait une bonne première, on va dire. On aurait dû tuer le match, c'est vrai. Mais on respecte chaque équipe du championnat, quel que soit leur classement. Et on prend tous les matchs de la même manière. Et aujourd'hui, c'est vrai qu'on est vraiment frustré avec ce match nul, mais le championnat il est encore long. On a la moitié du championnat. On est troisième, c'est vrai qu'on aurait pu être premier ex aequo ce soir. Mais c'est le football. On peut se rattraper rapidement dès la semaine prochaine.
No, we did not overlook them. We played a good first half. Obviously, we had to kill the game, but we respect each opponent, and we play every game against any team the same way. Of course, the draw is frustrating, and we are not third, but we could have been first tied. But the league, the season is still long, so we will play game after game and continue to improve.
Merci beaucoup.
All right, thanks, Kevin.